How will the universe die? This global question has been asked at least once by every thinking person. Surely no one who has ever lived on the planet has ever answered it. Of course, there are hypotheses and assumptions. Some of them are not without sense. Others are frankly absurd. But the main thing is that we do not even know exactly how the universe was born. So to assume its death is even more difficult. But we will try to predict this supermageddon on the basis of the scientific research of the world community. Are you sure that nothing lasts forever and everything in this world has an end? Think again. Some scientists believe that the universe in general terms will exist indefinitely. We should not rush to conclusions, because there are three variants of the scenario called universal apocalypse in the general form. There is a critical value of the density of dark matter filling the cosmos. Its value will determine what will happen in the distant future, as long as we want to open the veil. So will our world shrink, or will it expand? If the density of matter is greater than the critical value, there will be an inevitable collapse. What it will look like in practice is easy enough to predict. The blast wave resulting from a mega explosion of universal proportions will gradually weaken, and inertia will turn into compression. As a consequence, galaxies will gradually approach each other and eventually merge into a huge stellar conglomerate. The sky at this time will be an order of magnitude brighter than it is now. This will happen not because of the abundance of stars, but because of the ever-increasing cosmic radiation. The effect can be compared to a titanic microwave oven. The remnants of stars and planets will be heated to high temperatures, and life in such a world will turn into a container of boiling crayfish, which we usually prepare for beer. All cosmic components will steadily heat up, shrink, stars will collide, collapse and vaporize, and all this will tend to complete singularity. The exact opposite is also possible. It will happen if the density of matter is less than the critical density. In that case, the gravitational pull would be too weak to cause the universe to expand further. Trillions of years will pass before all the stars, constantly moving at incredible distances from each other, exhaust their nuclear fuel and turn into cold and eerie worlds, with laws not quite understandable to us. Distances will become truly unthinkable. Galaxies will float away into the void, and this situation will continue for 1,031 years. That's one with 31 zeros. Further, the stellar remnants, nucleons, will decay into even smaller particles, neutrinos, positrons, electrons. The latter will annihilate into photons, and the dead stars will disappear forever. And black holes will also suffer the same fate. As a result, the former universe will turn into an infinite, dark desert in about a Google of years. It must be said that if observers were alive by then, they would be looking at a boring and excruciatingly long spectacle. If transformed to our minuscule section of the solar system, they would see the sun hanging in the void for trillions of years, slowly disintegrating into nucleons and smaller particles. All in all, astronomy would become an extremely uninteresting endeavor. What's the use of observing the void? But before mentioning the third scenario, we should discount the fact that nature is in no hurry to reveal its secrets. For about 50 years, astronomers have been trying to calculate the exact value of the density of the universe, and every time it turns out to be close to one. At the moment, Earthlings do not have enough research resources to determine a greater accuracy. The matter is that in different multiverse can be different values of vacuum energy, and this difference will lead to terrible consequences. It can happen anytime. Perhaps right now it is carried in infinite space, striving to get to us to visit. How will it look like? Nobody can say exactly, but in general terms, death will be instantaneous and painless. In the negative type of vacuum, completely different physical laws operate, so even the smallest particles of our world cannot exist in it. Everything that is familiar and dear to us will instantly collapse and become clots of alien matter. This terrible bubble can be compared to a poisonous tree of death, Anshan, which does not tolerate neighbors, and under its shade, nothing can survive. If we think we exist, so be inquisitive and comprehend the mysteries of the vast expanses of the universe with us. In the meantime, we recommend subscribing to the channel and visiting our cozy corner in the public. There, I personally answer questions. All links on the screen and in the description. Interesting views.